What's going on? What's up, everybody? Mad Wolf, how you doing? Get rid of that. Alright, y'all. So I am just kind of chillaxing today. I overdid it a bit yesterday as per normal for Thanksgiving. Ate way too dang much. It's going on quick. So I got a different build that I want to try out on Alchemical Labs, but I did figure I'd get a rock run in first. As we know, it's all about the rock right now in the beta, it is for sure. Let's see. Make sure everything's good and healthy. This wall's not taking too many shots for me this time. Actually, doesn't look like it's taking a shot the whole match. That is unfortunate. I must have placed it a little wonky or something. Anyway, here we go. I'm anxious to try out that Alch Labs, a different build, and I want to run it solo. I know that if I can run it solo, I'm very confident I can run it in a 4-player group, because solo on that map is so chaotic. It's a closed beta, Mad Wolf, so it's strictly pre-order only. I was curious on that one, but it doesn't look like they're gonna do a public beta at all. I mean, at this point, who knows, you know? I think there's only 1 week of beta left. The apprentice walls are really good, and they're only 1 DU. But the Squire walls, if you use the Squire walls, you just don't even need to look at them. They're just so healthy in comparison, you know? Ace D, what's up? How you doing? I got a decent rock yesterday, but it doesn't have all 4 stats. It's missing defense health or fortify. So since it's missing that, I put it on my apprentice because I just don't need it for the towers. Yeah, you see that ogre sitting there smashing, and this wall's just barely taking any damage at all. My towers took a little bit though, sitting up top. The cleave range is really big on those guys. Here's one important lesson about doing that quick, as I did that quite a bit. Don't just leave. Actually fail the map. Because it seems like, you know, I was playing and playing and playing, and that's what I was doing, and I wasn't getting any levels anymore. And it feels like even if you just fail the map and collect the XP at the end, it seems like you're getting more out of it. Now, of course, you get the most out of it if you finish the matches. I think it's 1 week. Has it been a week or has it been 2 weeks already in beta? I'm not even sure, to be honest. The time has all jumbled itself together. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Nictus, what's up? Thank you so much for becoming a member there, Nictus. I do appreciate you. Masker carries win. Well, I mean, hopefully by March there, Nictus. March, I think, maybe April. Depends. We're gonna have to see. See, I think they're really flexible on that end date because they didn't give a date. They said it'll run about 3 weeks. So it's going to be, I mean, they're going to give us a warning before they close the beta down. We'll know several days at least in advance. But it seems like they're probably a little flexible. I mean, they have their goals that they want to get out of the beta too. You know, they want to get so many people playing it on so many different types of machines and check the stability and the balances and the, you know, I mean, there's a lot of info they're collecting out of all this. So, I mean, on that note, hopefully they want more info and give us more time. That would be awesome. I certainly wouldn't complain about it, that's for sure. I mean, it's very limited. We don't have a lot of systems in place. There's only 4 maps. There's only up to insane mode. But on the same note, I have really been having fun. You know, they're not going to do a public release. I'm pretty confident, Mad Wolf. I mean, they've said right up front it's a closed beta the whole time. They haven't even given the slightest tease that they're going to do any sort of a public beta. In fact, they said last week on stream, one of the developers actually said in stream chat that after the beta is over, the next time that we play DDA will be when it launches. So this is pretty much it. This is the sample we get, which I mean, I want more, of course, but I'm grateful we got what we got. I mean, I'm still hoping that last day or something they turn Nightmare Mode on for us, even if it's just these same 4 maps. That's what I'm really hoping for. I want to check it out. I want to check out the Nightmare Mode. I got a decent one yesterday, Cookie, but it's missing defense health, so I mean, it's perfect for my apprentice, or it would be perfect for a Squire builder as well that's not doing walls. But I still don't have any of those really high-end ones. I saw a guy got, he actually sent me a screenshot, and it didn't look photoshopped at all. It looked legit. And the dude had a rock that had 229 defense power on it. 229. I mean, that's more than 100 better than my best rock. Just insane. I haven't seen anything like that. Now, I've seen some high numbers, but they've always been in the wrong stat. They've been on like a DPS hero stat. And you know, that's not doing anything for me. I find myself running around on my builders too much for that extra 30% damage. The last I want to do. I tell you what I did do yesterday. Yesterday I was playing the Squire a bit. And the Squire seems really strong. Like, I'm going to start a Squire, or I'm going to start leveling my alt Squire today, I think, to turn him into DPS. I mean, using builder stats and a rock pet, so instantly losing the double damage from the cat, you know, but using a builder stats and a rock pet, your number 2 ability plus your spin move is doing over 10,000 damage. And plus just the natural swings seemed really strong with having like no points into it at all. What's going on, Radioactive? So, I mean, the Squire is normally not my flavor, but it seems so strong that I have to give it a shot through the beta, you know? In fact, I should put one in the deck right away. I'll just swap them in and out for building. I've got a Lobby Squire I already created. It's just a matter of getting them a few levels, you know? But yeah, the Squire seems really beast. And then the Monk, of course, we all know the Tower Boost and the Hero Boost are both extremely strong. It seems like, to me, as far as single target damage, the Huntress is probably up there pretty high right now. And then as far as like just AoE lane clearing power, the Apprentice and the Squire are really, really strong. I got mixed emotions on it, Onboard. I need to test all the swords. I mean, I think I like the Katana just because it looks cool, you know? I'm using that big old cleaver thing on him now. I seem to get a lot of those. The axe seems too short. Well, I mean, there might be a variance in the visual size versus the actual attack range, too. I've got a bunch of swords now, though. A bunch of good swords to play around with. Pro, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, the Squire seems really, really strong. And then, of course, you can block and just tank it out with, you know, like wave 25 ogres. Or I can take like 20 shots from like a wave 25 ogre. So, I mean, the Squire has definitely got its benefits, particularly if you're having... If your problem is the ogres smashing through your walls, then the Squire would 100% be the answer, you know? Yankee Islander, hello, hello. So I could upgrade some stuff sitting on all this mana here. I'm hoping I get a little streamer luck here and get a good rock. That's why I wanted to... I was not going to start the stream until after I was done with this rock run, because I knew you guys have got to be sick of watching me do it. It's a grind. There's no doubt. There's no pretending like a Dungeon Defenders game is not a grind. You know? But yeah, I want to get the Alchemical Labs is where it's at as far as challenge goes. And it's still, the reason I'm still trying different builds there is because the build that I'm currently using, I end up failing in the late waves, like wave 24, wave 25, about 50% of the time. So, I mean, of course, if I found a better rock, then I would be powering through it using that build. But without having a better rock pet, I think changing the build would be a good idea. Or at least play with some different stuff. Also, I want to... You know, I'll just end up swapping sets of gear over. I'm not going to grind out, like, perfect builder sets for every hero. But I'm going to lend my ranger some gear, and I really want to give another auras and traps run on labs. I think it's got the potential. What's going on there? How you doing? Sorry, a little late response. Icy Silence with the sub. Thank you so much. DDA release date is February 2020. We don't have a specific date yet. That's the target date that they've been shooting for, though. Yeah, like on the Squire, you can just hold these guys right here, right in front of those flame bursts, and just sit there and tank it out. All 3 ogres. You know, and your flame burst towers will just burn through them. Nintendo, the Switch will get it the same time as PC, and Xbox and PS4. PS4 will get it shortly after, but we don't know any of those time frames yet. They've just said shortly after. Which, you know, I mean, that's up to interpretation. Could be a week, could be a month, you know. Yeah, the Dark Elf Warriors get pretty tough later on, there's no doubt. The problem isn't so much the damage they're doing, it's that they're really hard to kill. They're really super healthy, you know. God, can I really not get that repaired? It wasn't even that necessary. What's going on, Rocket? How you doing? Out of juice. Here we go. Yeah, Goblin Copters will be here, Nictus. That's listed right on the patch notes from the first day, or the beta release notes. It's confirmed that there will be Jinn, there will be Goblin Copters, and there will be Sharkin. That's all confirmed. They all come in Nightmare mode and higher. So Nightmare and Massacre will have all that hotness. Well, I mean, you guys know the difference in DD1 between Insane and Nightmare as far as ogres go. There will be a lot more ogres in Nightmare. Many. And more ogres means more fat loots. Goblin Copters are going to end up being like DD1. It's going to be all about taking them out at range and, like here on this map, taking them out and dropping the ogres into the lava. So many maps in DD1, you didn't actually have to deal with the ogres. You could just drop the... As long as you got the Goblin Copters killed over a pit, you know, is GG. I'm assuming it will be the same way. But yeah, I mean, Nightmare's going to be rough. I'm very curious to see what they do in Massacre mode. I'm going to turn the numbers off here for the stream. That way it doesn't get all framey. All frame-alicious. The only way to get a beta key is to get one from someone who bought multiple copies or pre-order the game. I've done a bunch of giveaways. They were all from... Well, I had a few extra keys myself, but they were all from the community donating their extra keys. But I don't have any at the moment. They're all out. Grimlock. Played 2 hours. Nice. I mean, there's only the 4 maps and only insane difficulty. Plus, we're not keeping anything. So, I mean, how much time you put into it is really, it's up to you. Yeah, I'm still playing DD2, but this is a really limited beta, so I'm not going to miss out on anything in the beta. DD2 will still be sitting there when the beta's over. What's going on, Everyday Wanderer? How you doing? I don't really have any goals in DD2. So, I mean, right now I'm pretty much DDA all day, every day. So I'm not really, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in DD2. Just got up, nice. Oof. Oh, I thought I could make the jump. Yeah, 49 hours so far. I don't even know where I'm at, but I'm probably over 100 hours or really close to it. And I agree. I mean, there's lots of retail games I don't have that much time into, you know. So, I mean, with the limited amount we've got right now and the replay value we've got out of it in the loot hunt, you know, it's pretty much pick your own adventure. You know, if to you playing through the game and beating all the maps is finishing the game, then that's great, you know, because that's the ending that you've chosen. But for somebody like me that wants to min-max and find ways to get all the special loot and collect all the stuff and things, I mean, there's just tons and tons and tons of hours available, you know. Ooh, man, these are getting tore up. The Ogre Snotballs is hitting a little hard today. I do wish that the tower boost repaired like in DD1. I'm anxious to get back into the DD1 grind too, because there's still some things I'm missing from the new maps. I mean, I've got all the stuff, but I don't have great rolls of all the stuff, you know? Oh, crap, did I just upgrade the Enrage? I did. I meant to hit the wall. I've got quite the rock collection now, Josh. Sadly, they're all like all of the keeper rocks are all around the same mark, like 30 to 40 in stats. And then, of course, my highest stats are all on the DPS side, which I'll never use a rock intentionally on a DPS hero. I just, you know, the quality of life dip would be way greater than the stats that you gain. That and the kit, it's hard to dispute the cat. You know, the cat is straight up double damage, so got to get your kitty cat going. Yeah, there's several different videos along that theme there every day. There's gonna be one. There's gonna be one about what I want to see in DDA with just 100% opinions. Well, I mean, it'll all be 100% opinions, but and then there's gonna be what I think they have to do in DDA. Both of those videos are incoming. But I want to get through to the end of the beta. And you guys know I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Anything I don't like, I am going to put it all in there. But yeah, they will be there for sure. I still want to do, I want to do a few more Squire build videos, like on the other maps maybe. And then I was actually really surprised to see how few, well, not how few, but how many people there are in the DD2 community that never played DD1. And a lot of them really are a little bit lost by that first wave, not being able to build the whole map. And I mean, DD2 used to be like that too, until they changed it and gave us maximum, or gave us enough mana to build the maps, you know? But I mean, it's pretty much, you know, you throw your walls down and you DPS the first wave. The first wave is always going to be really easy. So even underpowered gear on a builder or whatever, you can still easily DPS through the mobs. What's going on, Mr. Unknown from Portugal? Hello, hello. Dungeon Defenders games have I mean, completely worldwide fan base, that's for sure. Well, that's not really a huge deal either, because you can just run over and whack them with any character, you know? I usually try to go with a wall and an Electricar in Wave 1, if there's enough DU for it. Or enough mana for it. Still haven't tried it out? That's fair enough. Just want to make sure you check it out before the beta's gone, because it will be gone sooner rather than later. I think we were past, I don't remember the exact date it started, it's terrible. But I think we're probably past the halfway mark now. I mean, I'm good with it either way, personally. I don't really have a preference. I mean, it's just not a big deal to me either way. Whether you have the mana or you don't, I don't mind. But I was just surprised at how many people were like, oh my god, what do I do? It's like, well, you go hit them. You go punch them in the mouth. I've gotten quite a few comments over the last week of people asking me to do more campaign videos and less survival. And I mean, like, it's no disrespect to them. It's just they're used to a different play style. But like for me, the campaign maps are just complete joke now. They're just easy peasy, zero challenge. So that's why I've been, it's all about the late waves. Like right now, even sitting here, although it looks like I'm running pretty smoothly, something could go wrong in this build at any time right now. And I could end up losing, being in wave 22. I think the cheapest package now is $40 there, Chris. It used to be as low as like 15 if you pre-ordered it back many months ago. But now I believe the lowest one is $39.99. There should be a link down in the description below that shows you takes you to their page. It shows you the current packages. It's Dark Elf Warriors for me. I had problems with the kobolds at first until I got a real waller going. But the kobolds aren't really an issue at all now. It's mainly either just the horde of mobs ends up busting through, or Dark Elf Warriors. Like right now, if a Dark Elf Warrior jumped over and started hitting the core, there's just no way I could get enough damage on it in time. I would just lose. It'd be over, Oh yeah, if you're the collector type that wants to get all the stuff, get the achievements, all that stuff, Dungeon Defenders Awaken will offer many, many, many hours of gameplay. There's no doubt there. And that's the type I am. I love doing that stuff in a game like this. And in fact, to be honest, that's when I usually end up stopping games. Even if I haven't 100%ed them, if I feel like there's like no special stuff that I'm going to be getting for playing, I mean, a lot of times that marks the end for me personally in a game. I'm very loot, what do you call it? Not loot oriented, but I guess kind of loot oriented. I just like there always being the possibility of me getting better things. That drives me to keep playing, There should be, like I said, there's a link in the description. Just scroll down and you can click it. I was gonna put in a bot command for it, but I keep forgetting. I want to get that new achievement in the DD1 Community Development Team update, which I don't have yet. I've got Ultimate Defender, but there's a new one now, Eternal Defender. I want to get that bad boy. Getting closer. Alchemical Labs will be much, much, much tougher than this one. That's all work in progress stuff there, Trenton. The people that are judging the game based off of the UI, the shading and lighting and optimization, really, I think those main things. Like the UI's gotten a lot of criticism. I mean, it's straight up work in progress stuff. So you definitely don't want to judge the game based off of that. I mean, they put it right in the beta notes at the start of the beta. This is a work in progress. We put this in as it's a functional UI. And still, it's amazing how many people still just go crazy about how they can't play the game because of the UI. And it's like, well, I mean, what do people think that means, Well, luckily you never have to look at them there, Everyday Wanderer. I don't really care for the character models either. As far as the look of the game, that's my main complaint, I would guess, is the character models. It's just, it was definitely a different, it was a different flavor to a similar art style, for sure. I think the maps look fantastic, though. I think the artwork on the maps is amazing. I mean, there's definitely some lighting issues and some shader issues still, but like I said, all that stuff is all work in progress. It will literally change regularly all the way up until launch. It should have it all listed on the pre-order page. There, $20.95. It does require, right now it's not optimized very well, which, you know, once again, that's something else that we'll have to get there before launch. Oh, I'm over 400. Everyday Wanderer. It's really easy to get those types of heroes dialed in because there's only like one or two stats you care about. You know, the rest of it is you can just get the stats from gear. Yeah, it looks much better. What I'm looking at is way prettier than what you guys are seeing. That's the limits of the interwebs and my clunky ass connection. The most expensive defense right now, I would guess, is probably a DST, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look. Oh, it's all good, man. I'm not working that hard. I can say your full name. I'll mix it up though. I don't think having it so far before launch, because they gotta have time to fix the stuff, you know? When you see a beta that's like 3 weeks before the game launches, that's not a beta. That's them just using beta as a marketing term. That's actually early access to the game, and there's still a few bugs left. This is really, I mean, if you looked at the amount of content we have and the amount of systems that are in the game, I mean, this is not in what I would consider a beta state, personally. It's more like alpha. I can tell you that it's way further along than my very first time looking at Dungeon Defenders 2, though. First time I played DD2, it was nowhere near this much done in the game. From DD2, on your last deployment, wow. On the things from DD2 that I really wish were in were mainly the quality of life stuff. Like, they got the hero swapping and the shared experience in. I'm really happy about that. I'll be honest, I really hope that shards and mods and ancient power never become a thing in DDA. I really hope so. And they've basically said that it's not happening in DDA, so... So I'm really hoping that stuff never comes to the game, as I do think that was when DDA started its downward spiral. And then you got, you know, the Onslaught. People have been asking for survival mode or an endless mode in DD2. One of the two, either DD1 flavored survival or a true endless mode. People have been asking for that for years. And, you know, Chromatic wanted to do, or Trendy wanted to do something new. And, I mean, I understand that. But they ended up turning the game into a mode that a lot of the long-term veteran players were not fans of, you know? I mean, sure, you get the few people out there that absolutely love it to no end, but they're the few and definitely not the many. I turned the damage numbers off for the stream there, Simon, just so it wouldn't be so laggy in these higher waves. I usually leave them on when I'm just playing when I'm not streaming. But the damage numbers will end up dragging the entire quality of the video down. And it's already so low. The loot system is a straight up modified version from DD1. So I know the DD1 fans, myself included really, like the rarity names, having, you know, Supreme, Ultimate, Ultimate Plus Plus, all that good stuff. But we've basically got that type of system. It just doesn't have those names, and instead it's going to be like that legendary gear is 520 power. It's got those stats. So that's not going to be as good as a legendary piece that's 1100 power. You know, of course, RNG is RNG. I actually had a green sword on my Squire for ages because I couldn't find one with more fortitude on it. Split screen's definitely coming back. That's one thing that I'm surprised really that you don't hear more about it in DD2. Because console players straight up have a huge benefit over PC players in that they can just grab their other controller and go split screen. So loot farming, whether it's farming gear, farming materials, anything that you're farming, gold, the time to farm all that stuff is legitimately cut in half. You know, I'm shocked that the PC fan base hasn't thrown a fit about it. So I mean, as far as the PC goes, bringing split screen back is like a thing of beauty, you know. Well, I mean, if you don't want to play it, if what you see is not enough to make you want to play it, then don't play it. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody should always play games that they want to play and that they're having fun with. If you don't like the way it looks, don't play it. Simple as that, you know. I've done edited videos. People can look at edited videos and see the quality of the video. Showing up to a live stream and expecting video quality from really any streamer in any game is not the way you look at the graphics of a game, for sure. And especially when you take bucket internet like I got and throw that into the mix. The videos that I edited are straight up 60 frames per second. I actually record them at 120 frames per second and then render it down to 60. So that's what you should be looking at if graphics are your concern. Yeah, you'll be able to play split screen on PC just like DD1. So consoles won't have an advantage over PC. The purple diaper internet, that sounds about right. It's not even necessarily the connection, it's the company and the service they offer. It's just so bad. Yeah, it's definitely not my best rock, but that's a decent rock. It's usable, you know. Maybe I'll throw that on the Squire. It's all work in progress there at Pure Dog. I just actually covered all that. They told us right up front that all that is all work in progress stuff. They put together a functional version just so we'd have it for the beta. That's not how the game is going to look. It's an unfinished product. So what I would say is don't look at the UI at all. I don't know, Grimlock. The only map that they straight up, from the original Dungeon Defenders campaign, the only map that they straight up confirmed wouldn't be in it is Servant Quarters. It's still 24. It's for reaching 25, not clearing it. Which in the final game, it will be for clearing the map, for sure. Get a jinx. I'm really good at jinxing the map in wave 25. That's what you mean. That's my specialty, in fact. Gonna try not to do it to this one, though. Not that it matters at this point. I'm ready to go to Alchemical Labs now. I got my rock. But I figured I might as well finish it out and get the XP bonus, right? Well, I mean, to be fair, they're $20.95. You can't compare any video game to anime unless it's an anime game. Even anime games look better than anime. It's like, what, 10 frames per second, if that? 5 frames per second? I mean, what people love about anime is not the... It's the art style more over the actual animation. There is no animation, you know? Oh, there's without a doubt stronger and weaker ones, Trenton. There's been no balance passes yet, I would doubt. I mean, that's part of the beta too. They want to be able to analyze the data and see what people are using to win certain maps. I bet the Summit map will be in it, Simon. I mean, I don't know, but I would guess that it'll be in it. That's such a... It's an iconic map in DD1, you know? I think it's probably it's a fan favorite, you know? So, I mean, I would guess that one would make it back in, but I don't know. Max level is going to be like DD1. They're Fatboy Slim, so it'll be level 100. DD2 is all about Ascension. There's not going to be Ascension in DDA. You can select other maps to see their titles. Oh, nice. I never went through that. I didn't even realize you could do that. In fact, that's a video in itself. So thanks for bringing that up. I would love to see Aquanos, but I will be shocked if Aquanos is in it at release. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aquanos come back in a DLC, but I would be just shocked if it's there at launch. It's so much further into the story, you know? The base story, anyway. Depends on how they change the new story around. Well, I mean, DD1 is grindy as a mofo. I don't think any veteran DD1 player would tell you otherwise. But DD1 has different things to do, where DD2 doesn't. It's grinding the same stuff, you know? You should check out DD1, Luis. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a really, really good game. I mean, it's what started it all, you know? DD1 being such an awesome game is why DD2 was even a thing. Alright, so let's get this new Alchemical Labs build going here. It's just a little tweak over what I was doing, basically. But I'm anxious to try it out and see if it's going to work. So let me see. Oh yeah, look at this. That is so awesome, dude. How have I not clicked this stuff? Good call there, Pat. We got the Ramparts. Tornado Valley. Tornado Highlands. The Throne Room. Iconic map right there. Where the hell is Magus Quarters at? They're not going to give us Magus Quarters, really? Arcane Library, hot stuff. The Royal Gardens. The Promenade. The Summit. There you go. The Summit is indeed the end of the campaign, assuming this is the order of the campaign maps. And then there will be 3 bonus maps past this point that are not on here yet. Yeah, character customization will be here. That was another thing. You should really look through the beta notes, Trenton. They talk about all that stuff. Man, no Magus Quarters. I'm a little bummed about that, to be honest. I mean, it could be on one of the bonus maps. Where when DD1 launched, it had Glitterhelm was the bonus map. But we're supposed to be getting 3 bonus maps. I'm assuming Glitterhelm will be one of them. What do we got for new maps? Okay, Deeper Well and Alchemical Laboratory, so that's 50-50. Tornado Valley's new. Tornado Highlands is new, so that one's 50-50. Arcane Library, Royal Gardens. The Promenade is new. So this one's only 1 new map. Arcane Library is newer, but it's not new. It's in DD1 right now. So they said it would be greater than 50% new maps. That would say what? It would need 2 new maps besides Glitterhelm, and then that would put it right above 50%. So assuming the bonus maps are Glitterhelm, that's 1. And then there'd be 2 more which will be maps that we've never seen before. So, and that would put it over 50% new maps. And that's a number that they've said publicly. Alright, let's get Alchemical Labs going here. I'm going to throw that other Squire in my deck after I get the map built out. Alright, now this one I'm going to do a little different. Instead of choking both sides to this lane, I'm going to bring the wall back further, where normally I would put the wall right here. That requires me to put another wall down here. So I'm going to move the wall back. This is actually where I went with originally. Originally I did this. This was my very first Alchemical Labs build. I put walls there, and then I put walls right here. And one of the downsides about this one is the map takes way too long to run. Because the mobs just have such a long way to path around, and there's a lot of mobs out of those side lanes at the end. So I'm going to bring that up a little bit further as kind of a choke. And then that will give me room for a fireball or a flame burst tower right down here. So what I'm going to go with, and now I know there's no ogres in these lanes either. So I'm going to go with the wall there. Yeah, the boss battle should be back. And then same thing here. We'll go like right there. Okay, so now I don't need these walls, but I do think these are too far back. So I want to go up a little bit. I'm going to go like to the 3rd step, I think. We'll go to the 4th step. Oops. Right about there. Now that leaves me 160 left. I could throw down some lightning arrows. And let's see. Now we can put this here, and it's going to cover both of these lanes. The lane that's going to be at the wall, and the lane that's going to walk around. So it will actually help thin out the lane that's going to walk around a little bit. So we still get that spawn camp over here, basically. So let's just do that to start wave 1. Actually, this one we can get into, because here I'm going to split these lanes. I'm probably going to have to change my range a little bit. Let me see. Where can I get it? See, that's not very good coverage. I'm going to have to jack my range up a touch. But right there is where I want it. And then I'm going to split these two lanes with just one aura. Let's see. Where are we at now? I got 234 range. We need more than that. So let's go. Let's take the range up to like 274. And a couple more points. I like to get the fortify over 200. And then I'll throw everything else into power. There we go. Now where does that put me? It's actually not that much better. It is better, but it's not that much better. Some upgrades will help that too. Now if I went down here instead, that's actually slightly better coverage. I think I'll go right here. I wish I could go a little bit further on that furnace there, but you know, what can you do? Alright, so let's go get the rest of the mana. What do you do with the extra beta code for DDA? Well, I mean, you can do either one. So, if you put it on your alt, it's going to make your grind a lot easier dual boxing. So, I mean, that's up to you, really. There's not that much time left in the beta, so I wouldn't bother taking it too seriously. You know. What's going on, LNG? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, that's gonna... Being able to upgrade items is gonna be huge, you know? Alright, Strength Drain. Let's get another Strength Drain. Then one here. I got mixed emotions on Enrage auras. I mean, do I want to even use them? I feel like I do. I want to move it back, though. Let's go with an Enrage right there. It's a little bit sketchy. And then, do I want a Flame Burst up top, or do I want it down below? Wrong hero. I feel like I want it up top. Let's go right there. Nah, there will be no mods. In my opinion, good riddance to mods. Y'all have to realize the reason mods were put in the game was because they had systems in the game that everyone hated. Or not everyone, but the majority of the player base. So mods were there to counteract the fact that they added in a bunch of hard counters. And people did not like the hard counters at all. Nobody wants to be told what defense they have to use. And prior to mods, that's how it was. You had to use the right defense, you know. Let's see. We'll go one that way. Something like this. So, I mean, the whole reason for having the mods to begin with was just because of that hard counter thing. Oh, man. I'm going to have to move that one out a little. Let me get this one in first. Crap, really? Let me put it right there, I guess. I almost feel like I should move 2 of these back down to the bottom. I'm tempted. I'm going to leave them there. Yeah, but you're a very small amount of the player base that actually enjoyed it, Cookie. The majority of people did not enjoy it. The majority of people, or I don't want to say the majority of players, but I know a lot of players uninstalled the game over Onslaught, and they were done with it. So, I mean, you're definitely a very small sample as to who actually enjoyed it. The problem with that era was the game was so crashy, and the 3-map floors. The 3-map floors, like you'll hear some of the snooties in the DD2 community going on about how the 3-map floors were put in to make it because people complained it was too hard. No, that's not why. The 3-map floors were put in because the game would crash on map 3, and you lost an hour of your progression. That's why the 3-map floors were reduced to singles. It had nothing to do with trying to make the game easier. I mean, the fact that people say that just is damn near entertaining, to be honest. I mean, you can't have a system in a game that requires you do 3 maps to complete 1 floor without having a save point, at least. And it was easier, I'm assuming it was easier for Trendy to put in 1 map floors other than create save points. You know? I mean, I can tell you one day, like in the 80s, way back when, there was one particular day in like the floor 80 range that I spent like 9 or 10 hours playing and crashing on the 3rd map straight for like 9 or 10 hours. That is just infuriating, you know? Do I want to get all this stuff up? I kind of feel like... I mean, my strongest character right now is my apprentice, right? So although I do want to get those auras squared away, I feel like I don't want to neglect the flame bursts at all. I'm curious if this is going to hold through the high waves, because this map gets hectic, you know. Well, it's not much of a test if I don't get to test my build there on board. So, you know, I mean, I always appreciate suggestions, but I've had really good luck with the flame bursts up top there in just about every other way I've done the map, so I'm definitely going to leave it. I mean, you guys got to remember, I've cleared this map 50 times now. This has just tried something new. Maybe not 50, at least 20. This is just trying something new that will maybe make it a little bit easier. Man, gotta love that wave 3 mana, huh? Shame we don't get another wave of that. Yeah, DDA's got build timers. It's just like DD1. The basic gameplay feel is exactly like DD1 in that regard. So you hit insane mode, build timers start becoming a thing. Crap, man, I keep forgetting to change my deck. Luckily, there's not many enemies in these waves. I want to get that Squire leveled up. Start trying out running with some actual DPS, which I'm going to do for this one. Actually, I'm going to switch that up right now. Let's see. Let's get this Lobby Squire in, and then I want an actual hero that's not running in slow motion the entire time to get around the map on. Yay! Move in faster. It's not though. It is, but it isn't. Like you've got to in DD1, you've got to be really powerful to do that. If not, it's DD1 is more focused on your defenses, with the exception of boss fights. Obviously, boss fights it's all about the DPS, but the game itself is more focused on your defenses. So, like during the match, you're not sitting there spraying into lanes like you would be in DD2. Instead, you're repairing and upgrading, and that's the entire thing. Now, once you get strong enough to get past that point, that's when you have entered like the true farm mode. It gives you a run speed boost. The giraffe does. If I could find one with good stats, I'd use it. But I just can't find one with good stats. That in the end waves on survival are, I mean, that's where the loot's at, and that's where the difficulty's at. You know, so you get the benefit of playing into difficulties that are like comparable to playing high floor Onslaught in DD2. Yet you don't have to spend hundreds of hours getting there. You just play one survival map. When you get to the end of the map, you're going to have some tough stuff coming, you know? Triple jump. I can't say I would complain about triple jump. I love double jump, and I would love triple jump even more. Mikey C, what's up? Yeah, I would not complain about triple jump. 2 mobs left. Oh, there's one. See, these are at the 700 point, right? I think both of those are. It looks like it, yeah. And this one is as well. Alright, well, let's work on this strength drain here. Actually, let's just go ahead and hit all the strength drains, because they're going to be burning like crazy. The more upgrades I can put into them, the less repairs I'll have to do. Well, I mean, that's the downside of the world not being flat there, Asmodeus. If the world was only flat, we'd all be in the same time then, right? It's like the middle of the day for me. It's what, 3:30 in the afternoon. I do late night stuff too, which is early morning for you. A jetpack kitty? I mean, who doesn't want a damn jetpack, right? Got that EV version of a jetpack in DD1. Late at night for you? Yeah. I mean, that's the good thing and the hard thing about Dungeon Defenders having such a large international community is we are all on at all kinds of crazy different times, you know? I am anxious to play that Squire, though, to get a Squire decked out, because I was just amazed at how hard they'd hit on a builder, you know? Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm not sure how many hours I'm at in the beta, but I'm sure it's probably either at or just over 100 hours. I mean, for a 4-map beta that's going to be gone in 3 weeks, or in less than that now. Right, let's hit this one first. I'm trying not to waste any mana on repairs that I don't have to. Tell you what, though, as far as other games I'm excited about, for if you guys don't know, check out Balloon 6 on Steam. It's IHOP's bought it for me, and he told me, I was kind of surprised. He told me it was $1. So like massive discount going on Balloon 6. So there's actually, I haven't played Balloon 6. I played 5, but I haven't played 6 at all. So I'm going to be doing a Tower Defense Tuesday video next week on Balloon 6. But then Stardew Valley had its 1.4 update on PC. So if you play Stardew on PC, you definitely want to check it out. Apprentice staffs do really, really well on the Jester their night. I like using guns better personally, but the staffs do really, really well. Right now, I'm using an Ember mount. Or an Ember, what is it? Ember Scepter is what I use. But I've got a really good one. Oh, that stinks, Michael. Yeah. You farm that from Ember Mount Volcano. You can get the Pawn Shot gun from King's Game. You can get the Ember Mount from there. You can do Moonbase campaign and get what that Hyper gun. That's another decent choice. Or you could get a staff from Moonbase. The staff in Moonbase has got the effect, the shooting effect has got a lot of bloom to it. I don't use it because of that specifically. I mean, I use it on builders. Use cars to move around. There will never be any maps that big in Dungeon Defenders that would require a vehicle or a mount of some sort. Especially when, you know, when you get to the Nightmare content, your run speed will be jacked way up. So you'll be moving around a lot faster. As far as new ones, those new maps too, Night Pulse, have good weapons. For a staff, I don't know which one would be the best staff. But I'm going to guess that out of one of those new CDT maps, there's a really good, viable endgame staff there. I know, like, that's one of the things I want on my get on my monk. I need to start working on is you can do that. What's the map called? The one with the spear. Crap, man, I can't remember the name of it. Tomb. The Tombs map, the new Tombs map. I don't remember the full name of the map, but that one has got a monk spear that I'm trying to get. I gotta log in and play it or I ain't gonna get it. You know, that's how that works. We all know how that one works. We'll get our first little mini challenge at wave 10. I think I'll be able to muscle right through that, no problem though. Well, I mean, once you have to, yeah, Tomb of Etheria. I think that's it. I mean, you have to get your skills leveled up. They're 2095. If you specialize in a skill and get it all leveled up and you're spec'd into it heavily, your regular abilities are like super moves. You know? Like right now, the my tower boost is just under triple. I'll turn the numbers back on for a sec so you guys can see. Shouldn't be too bad at this early wave. We got some more baddies coming out, maybe. It doesn't look like it's that. It's definitely a little bit of a time savings, Josh, but it doesn't look like it's significant. The mobs don't come out any faster, but you eliminate the walk time. You know, like where here, any mob that comes out of the top, of course, has got to walk all the way down and around before it gets into the auras. Now, ideally, it would be dead by then. Come on, really? Where the mobs at? That's still a good mod, Michael. I mean, I would say keep an eye on it. It's not floor 80. It's floor 30 and above, but it's complete RNG. You know? Let's see. CC, my flame bursts are doing 5100. Once I boost them, 14.4. So, I mean, almost triple damage. Just shy. Wow. Loud ass truck. Just shy of doing triple damage for my tower boost. I mean, that's a pretty badass ability right there, you know? I would get the EV2 first, personally. I don't recommend getting any DPS-only heroes early in Dungeon Defenders 2. Just because it is a tower defense game. So, I mean, the more towers you have, the more situations you're going to be able to handle. And the Barb doesn't have any towers. I think I'm just going to sit on this. So I could do one of the sides. Actually, I kind of want to wait. See, like that one, I know, although I could repair it right now, or upgrade it and get the free repair, I know that that will survive that wave. So just to completely save the mana, I'm just going to leave it and store it up and maybe upgrade it next wave. Might watch the auras over here get jacked up. They're doing 1229 right now. Boost that, man. Oh, yeah. 3480. They just start wrecking it. The Dryad's really, really good active hero. Super strong DPS. The problem with the Dryad is the AI on her defenses is a little off. So a lot of times they don't function exactly the way you want them to. And, you know, that's never good. I still got mixed emotions on putting those auras there. I feel like there's too much wasted space back here. But I didn't like the coverage when I moved them up. If I could put it like right on the side, like halfway up that furnace, I think that would be like the sweet spot. But of course can't get it to that point. No, not yet, Grimlock. That's another thing that they mentioned up front. They said they're just not going to put it in. Not going to put it in the beta. The small red one is an Enrage aura. It's kind of my last resort. Basically, enemies have a chance of becoming enraged and attacking their homies. This map does take forever to run. Right, 966. Tempted to hold out on that and do this Electra Aura first, but we will see. Another thing about putting towers up here is when the Dark Elf Warriors come out of these entrances, they will kind of fail jump trying to get to you, and it makes them run all the way back around the map. So that gives your flame bursts a few opportunity to take a few shots, you know. Strength drain's getting down there. Gonna need to throw a repair on that one. Alright, 1330, so I can get this one all the way up. And that one's maxed now. Let me go ahead and throw some repairs. I'm not going to repair that strength drain yet. Man, I got mixed emotions on repairing this one too. I think I'm going to leave that one. But this one over here definitely needs a repair. I don't think it will survive another wave. So let's hit that one up. Let these flame bursts put some work in here. So how many of you all in the US ate way too much food yesterday? You know, there's just two of us, just me and the wife, and you just cook too much stuff on Thanksgiving. It's like your day to be completely gluttonous. You have to pre-order the game there, Red Retro Riot. We'll give you beta access, but it's a limited beta, and it's only going for another week or two. So, you know, you definitely want to be aware of that going into it. You couldn't sleep last night because your stomach hurt? I hear you, man. I hear you. February of 2020 is the target launch. R2S1. Keep forgetting I'm on an actual... I mean, this is a tower boost monk, but I do have hero damage stats on the gear. And then hopefully here I can get enough to upgrade that strength drain, and not have to pay for a repair. I think, yeah, I'll have it at the break for sure. Actually, I'll probably have it before the break. Yeah, there we go. We got it already. Man, these noisy trucks keep going by. There's no date, exact date yet. Grim limit. See, now, in theory, I should have waited until that aura was about to drop before I upgraded it. As although it's only a couple of mana that I wasted, I definitely wasted a couple mana there by upgrading it early. OMD2 is such an awesome game, Night Pulse. I'm definitely looking forward to trying out OMD3. I'll be happy when it's not on that. It starts off on Stadia, timed Stadia exclusive. I'll be happy when that's no longer a thing. I don't think I'm gonna like the Stadia thing. Yeah, see, look at how much mana I threw away by upgrading that early. I could have waited and upgraded it now instead and saved a ton of mana. Well, not a ton, but saved some mana. I think I'll go ahead and hit this one now, though. You know what? I'll wait until it gets lower. I'll get it into the wave a little bit once it's lower. Have I what there, Reaper? I probably have. Not knowing what you're talking about, of course. Ogre is coming. Ogre down. Poor guy. Didn't stand a chance. Early wave ogre. Heard of someone called Flicka? I have not. Is that another YouTuber? Get wrecked, Ogre. Yeah, strength drain's not burning very fast this wave. Well, everything has to make it so far is why. This strength drain up top actually should be way easier to manage than the others. A songwriter. Oh, no, I've never heard of him. Tell you what I wish I could find. I wish I could find, like, I don't know, 100 hours worth or so, or maybe even 50 hours worth, or even 10 hours worth for that matter, of royalty-free reggae and ska. But there's such, the royalty-free music is so limited as far as the genre and the quality. That's an early game benefit, Charlie. It's in DD1 right now. It's always been a thing in DD1. I personally have no problem with it. It's really, like I said, it's an early game benefit. I mean, like right now, I'm not using a builder. You end up powering past the point of needing to. It's a real benefit before you get any gear, basically. Once you get geared up, that's no longer something you need to use. In fact, like in DD1, where you can split screen it, people don't even pop on their builders for that benefit to split screen. They'll use other things that are more powerful. So, I mean, that's a real early game thing, you know? Yeah, I'm going to wait on that strength drain. It's burning way slower than these. So yeah, I mean, I know a lot of, it's new to a lot of people that didn't play DD1. But that's a normal thing in DD1. I mean, and it kind of makes sense too. Your hero is there to support the tower that they built, making it stronger, you know? It's kind of like playing on the Mystic in DD2. The Mystic, any towers that the Mystic builds, she buffs them by being active. Let's see. I got 800 now. I think I'll just... Do I want to do that one, or do I want to save it and get these lightnings up? You know what? That one can go up right now. I just repaired it too. That stinks. I think I'm going to wait and let it get burned down a little bit before I upgrade it. This one here, I'm just going to repair it for now. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to play the Dryad, that's the way you play it in DD2. But DD2 is completely different in that regard. I mean, the Dryad getting an extra B is a big deal, you know. There won't be heroes like that in DDA, I don't think. I mean, even if the Dryad comes to DDA, I doubt that that will be one of her features. I mean, it might be, but I don't think so. I mean, you're not the only person that feels that way. If you're going to use Dryad defenses, you just want to play on the Dryad, you know? And I mean, playing on the Dryad is super fun, so... I mean, for me, that hasn't ever really been an issue, because she is really, really strong. But if you don't enjoy the playstyle, then you don't enjoy the playstyle, you know? You guys know I like the nuke characters that can lay down big burst damage really fast, and the Dryad is without a doubt one of those. So I love that aspect of her. Starting to get some more stuff pushing to the walls here. On DD1, that new community development team map, Omenak, is really, really high XP. It's the same as Embermount Volcano, but Embermount will be a lot more difficult and we'll have a boss fight. That Omenak, you can just log into survival, and even just doing survival mode with no boss fight gets a ton of XP. That's the one I've been using to level. In fact, if you do one Omenak survival, a level 70 character will end up being level 85 or whatever by the end of it, I'd bet. Maybe not that high, but it'll definitely go up a substantial amount just from the one run. It's really, really good map. In fact, I may end up doing a DD1 power level stream here soon to help out some newer players that are just picking up DD1. So anybody that wants to join that is, of course, more than welcome. I'm trying to get some more event items for DD1 to give away. Alright, let's see. Do I want to hit these walls yet? I feel like the walls are in need of an upgrade. Oof. Got knocked off. I'm just trying to come up here. Okay, now those mages down there are throwing at my auras, or throwing at my towers here. So that's going to be a problem. The one in the front, or the one in the middle pointed that way, needs to move forward. Washboard is the master of DD1. Chewy, if you use Twitch, Chewy is ridiculous. he's super knowledgeable about DD1. I mean, there's a lot of good, extremely knowledgeable people with DD1. They all hang out in that DDRNG Discord. If you're a fan of DD1 and you use Discord, that's the Discord server you really want to be on. There's just... Those guys all know their stuff big time. Alright, so let me do something here. I'm going to have to move that one forward, so sadly that may mean moving other ones backward. How do I want to do this? Let's see. See, I'm afraid. I mean, it should hit him still, right? Something like that should... You would think that is going to hit him. Alright, now let's start working on these lightning strikes here. And now I'm repairing the strength drains every wave. So that's... It's pretty early to be at that point. So I'm going to have to definitely keep an eye out for those strength drains here through the higher waves. I mean, they'll burn fully just in one map if I'm... Or one wave if I'm not careful. I'm going to hold off on the lightning because I'm going to upgrade it instead because it needs 700, right? Yeah. So I just need to get 120 more mana. Let's do it. Crap, I took away my jumpy spot there. Where am I going to jump up now? Back here. Yeah, I don't feel very confident about this build now. I think those mages are going to give me a problem just with how I've got those towers up top placed. Normally, instead of pointing them that way, I would take one and point it this way, and then the one over here and point it that way. And I think it might actually even be worth losing the mana and just doing it. I think that will assist in those mage problems quite a bit. Like, I feel like if something's standing right here, that front flame burst isn't going to hit it. Let's see, though. I mean, we'll watch him. Watch him here, this wave. No, see, it's just standing there casting and nothing's hitting it. So I'm going to have to change it again. Because those guys will cause a problem. There's no doubt. Puts a damper on my lightning strike upgrade, but you know what? I think I'm going to do it anyway. I think I'll have enough to move him still. Still 1,700 mobs left. That'll be a bunch of mana. What's going on there, Nebber? How you doing? Long time no see. How's life treating you? Man, they're pushing out on the sides now, too. Pretty big. Get these guys burned out. Oh, yeah. No doubt. I mean, DD1's been around a long time. It's got a lot of content out there. A lot of content that's still relevant, even though it's many, many years old. Washboard still does new stuff. And I think every now and then Chewy will add, will take some of his stream VOD clips and move them over. And Bonnie does, every now and then will do a tutorial. I'm sure there's probably more people. You know, I enjoyed Borderlands 3, Robert, but I felt like it was... I felt like this story took a little left turn. I mean, I did enjoy it, but I think I enjoyed Borderlands 2 more. I mean, I still will giggle and start laughing to this day if I go into Borderlands 2 and hit that part where you're introduced to Tiny Tina. No matter how many times I see that, it is always going to make me laugh. I'm not a fan of Eva as well. I think I would be among the masses there. I think most people are not overjoyed about Eva. Wow, man, this strength drain is burning way too fast for it being such an early wave. Yeah, these things are getting tore up. Let's see, I got 465. That's certainly enough to move the stuff that I need to move. Oof, if I can get up there again. Alright, let's see. Let's sell this one. And we'll sell that one. And then instead of pointing them how we were pointing them, we'll point them this way instead. And then it will hit those mages. And then this one over here will point this way, and it will hit those mages. Now we should... The basic setup should be good. I'm worried about these side lanes down here because the strength drains are burning so insanely fast. Man, I was close to getting that one full up to now. I can't do it. I'm just going to have to pull up the mana for a few waves here. I think it disappointed a lot of people in Borderlands 3 when they talked about how the DLC content was going to be very focused on Eva. I think everybody was like, "Ah, really?" You know? I think there was a definite "aw, really" factor. Gonna have to be jumping up to here from the sides. The route I normally take is definitely not cutting it. Okay, here comes a mage. Now that mage is just getting wrecked right up front now because that by angling that flame burst like that, it starts hitting the mobs up here and doesn't wait for him to get all the way around to here. The harpoons are really good, but it feels like they're missing some stat. I think I'm gonna have to get a little bit more or a little bit further progressed along. Like if we had nightmare gear, I think it would be a different story, but right now as it sits, the flame burst is just stronger. I mean, it's without a doubt is stronger, you know. It's hitting more mobs more frequently for the same amount of damage, basically. Now, the Harpoon's got its pierce, of course, but it's just so dependent on that defense rate. And I just think that we just don't have enough defense rate stat to make him really good. I don't really notice a big difference with ogres, to be honest, between the two. What gets me is almost always the Dark Elf Warriors. It hasn't really been the ogres. I mean, the ogres, you can pretty much use anything as long as you just sit there and repair the wall. If your wall doesn't die, the ogre will never end the match for you. You know? Well, you have to move some points around there, Marlo. That's what I mean. That's what I had to do right at the beginning of the match. I moved more points into range. It's the beauty of free respecs, you know? Play around with that stuff. It's not always all about power, you know? I mean, the same can be said about DD1 and DD2. Although power is a big factor, it's not always 100% all about power. And with the case of auras, more range is almost always going to benefit you more. If it hits the mob one more time over the course of it ticking, it's a pretty sizable percentage increase in damage, you know? Yeah, 150 range. Definitely starts feeling a little better there. I'd have to agree with you. Well, I think beta, you know, from Chromatic's end, they want people playing around with as many different builds as possible too, because they're recording all the data, you know. The more information they can get, the more information they're getting out of the beta, you know. So free resets is definitely a good way to encourage us to move points around and play with different things. Man, I'd hate to have to sit over here and be camping these sides, but it's looking like that's what I'm going to end up having to do. These strength drains are just burning way too quick. Now, I don't have those auras upgraded all the way yet. That would be really an impossible comparison, Connor. You're taking a game that's got a very, very limited beta with lots of missing systems and comparing it to a game that's complete. So, I mean, it would be... Really, it wouldn't be fair to even make that comparison. I'm enjoying it so far there, Red. It's been a lot of fun. Man, I hate having to upgrade these so often, or repair them. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to upgrade the strength drains first, because they're burning so fast. And then this one's going to start burning way faster too, now that mobs are pushing in. Insane Labs is definitely the biggest challenge in the beta. There's no doubt. Well, I mean, the difference there is, like, to get the pets I've got Mo Power, I've farmed like 150 of them already. It's a grind game. All Dungeon Defenders games always have been and always will be a massive grind. So, I mean, that's no different right in the beta, you know? But yeah, Alchemical Labs, this one is where it's at. I'm worried about this build here. I don't feel overly confident with it. With only being at wave 14 and already having these R's burn like this. I don't think that's anything realistic, to be honest, Red. It's not something you can just flip a switch on going from new graphics to old graphics. So, I mean, if you like DD1's graphics more, and you wanted to switch them over to that style, you'll be able to tweak settings to make it as close to that as possible. But it's just not reasonable to think that there would be a way to implement that. There's nothing wrong with that, Mo Power. I mean, it's up to each person. I mean, I know many players that have gone through and beat all the maps and they're done. You know, they've moved on and they won't play the beta again unless there's something else added. So, I mean, to each their own for sure. At least you got a chance to get in and check out the basic flavor, you know, flavor of the game. I think I'd be getting more mana by now because the mob count's gone up. And then survival definitely won't be for you, Marlo. There will be other ways to get gear when the game launches. I mean, survival is always going to take a long time. Now, a lot of that will get shaved off when they implement a way for us to jump forward in floors like or in waves like DD1, which I do think they're going to do. That will shave a ton of the time off. Like if you're just doing pet runs, you can start it at wave 13. Just do wave 13 and 14. So you're doing 2 waves, it'd be way quicker per pet. Just a little bit out of range. A little bit bigger range on the auras, and those mages would just not be an issue. The problem here is all the mages are fire immune. A little bit bigger or move them a little bit further forward would get the job done, I think. Like a meat grinder here, though. Holy crap, man. There's a lot of mobs. Oh yeah, they're making it to the walls now. I have to stay boosting up here. Actually, it may be time to switch back to the Builder Monk to get a little bit more power. I think I'll do that next wave. I think I'll always be doing that until we get to Nightmare Mode. I think Nightmare Mode will give us enough stats where it's just not worth it. You like DD1 prior to the EV more? I really enjoy the EV, so I'm not gonna try to lie. It's one of my favorite characters. I just love my little Robo Girl, you know. But it did change. Now, one of the things I really miss about the higher stats in DD1 was like those machine gun harpoons and stuff like that. I love that, man. Made it easier for the casuals. Yeah, but that doesn't affect me at all. I mean, if someone's a casual player and they have an easier time than I had when I did it, it has zero effect on me, so I personally really just don't care. Looking at what the other guy is doing is not what a co-op game like this is all about. It just doesn't matter what the other guy is doing, you know? Wow. I'm gonna have to hit this one. Man, I don't feel like I should have put more health in. I got it up over 200, but jeez. I got one upgrade in that wave anyway. I'd like to get these flame bursts upgraded. How many do I think they'll add? I don't know. I think they'll add quite a few. You gotta ignite them, Christian. So use your Huntress. Use the number 1 ability to put oil on it, and then use the number 2 ability to ignite it. Ignite the oil, and that removes the shield off of them. Or you can use the Petrify combo, which with the original 4 would be the Earth Shatter Tower and the Poison Dart Tower, and then while he's petrified, the immunity is gone too. But the basic counter of the Drakenlord is you ignite him, you light him on fire. So how you do that with the OGs is with the Huntress. Not till like February 2020, the full game will launch. Oh, I'm pretty confident there will be costumes, DD1 flavored costumes coming to DDA. I don't know if it'll be the same ones, but I mean, there's been a Ninja Monk in every Dungeon Defenders game so far. I can't imagine there not being a Ninja Monk, you know? But there will definitely be costumes. Same month as Darksiders. I'm looking forward to Orcs Must Die 3, but that will be much later than DDA. It'll be like more like the summer, I think, before it launches. Part of me really wants to get that EA access for a month and play the new Fallen Order or Fallen Jedi or whatever the hell it's called. Play the new Star Wars game and then play through that Plants vs. Zombie game, the newest one, something Neighborhood or Neighborville or whatever. I've been pretty tempted to play through those. But as far as games upcoming, there's not a ton that I'm super excited about, to be honest with you, other than DDA and Orcs Must Die 3. Battle for Neighborville, yeah, that's it. Cyberpunk, yeah. Cyberpunk definitely looks good. I forgot about that one. Jeez, man. These mages up here, the aura range is just not enough with this configuration here. Need to move the aura up top here. I'm not going to do it this run. But for next run, ooh, a pet. I forgot a pet. I got to get it at the break. It looks like it's $39.99 there, Christian. For the lowest package, and then there's like a collector's edition stuff. There's a link in the description to the pre-order page with the pricing on it. Oof. Getting knocked around everywhere here. Kerbal Space Program was really fun. The last I played that one was super early in development. It's $40. I haven't looked at them in a while, but I think it's like 400 and something. Or, crap, I forgot to switch over to my other monk too. Next wave. I gotta get my pet and switch to the other monk. The other monk, the boost won't be as high, but the base damage will be way more. Watch that strength drain burn through the end of the waves. It's the end of the waves that really gets you here. It just ticks down like a mofo. Look at that one. Woof. My favorite character is the monk in both games, Roddy. I'm a big monk fanboy. There's no doubt. Alright, let's check out our pet. Not great, but it's got a few stats on it. And having a hard time getting over the hump to upgrade these lightning auras, or electric auras. I'm wondering if that one will go one more wave. I'm kind of worried about it. How much is it? It's only 26. I'll just up it. Well, yeah, the scaling will be small, but you got to realize that we're limited to very small numbers. Nightmare gear is going to be way, way stronger. So, I mean, the individual point scaling between, say, 200 and 300 is very, very small. You know, on all towers, all abilities, everything in the game. It's just not very much stat. When you're talking about a year from now, we'll have stats in the thousands. And right now we're talking about stats in the low hundreds. So, I mean, it's really practically impossible to tell. You know. How we holding up? Looking good. Crap, and I forgot to switch to the other monk. Dang it, man. Next wave, next wave. I got my pet anyway. That's a start. I think I popped that too soon. There's a bug with the boost. If you pop the boost as soon as the cooldown's back up and they overlap, the second one won't do any damage. Nah, you can only change characters during the build phase. Well, we don't have a remaster. They're the crew. So I don't have a comparison for that. If they ever do a remaster, I will without a doubt play it. I mean, DD1 was an incredible game, you know. That's the deal with Warcraft 3, Robert. That's the thing of whether or not I'll play it. I mean, the tower defense maps were from the community, not from the developer. And for me, that was the best part of the game. You know? The Fargo Soul mod. I haven't played any modded Terraria. There is no remaster of the crew. This is a brand new game. Just like DD2 did, this game will have reworks of some of the original maps, but the game itself is not a remaster of the original. So, I mean, there is no remaster. There is no comparison. That's telling you the upgrade level there, Mo Power. See, the one with one little small white bar has got one upgrade. You look at the auras, they got the white line going around them. You can see that electric aura over there is on its last upgrade, so it's all the way around. I got one more up to put on it. Wave 16. Wave 20 will be the real test, I think. Assuming I make it that far. Not being able to get everything upgraded is really killing me here. The mana is a problem. I do think in the conversions over to the new system where mana is not the currency and ability mana is separate, I don't think they have the balance right, personally. I think that we need more defense mana, more green mana. Or genies, yeah, or a genie. I don't really want to say too much about the genie because I don't want people blaming me if it doesn't make it into the game, because people like to do that for some ungodly reason. But genie, if I had a genie right now, it would be an entirely different game. There's no doubt about that. I'm a fan of the genie, personally. But I understand why if they choose not to put him in. Love me some genie swirling. Let's do it. Wow, man. Those strength drains are just getting chewed up. I gotta get these auras upgraded to tier 5, but so much mana every wave having to repair everything. Good. I'm gonna leave that one, but I'm gonna hit this one because this one's getting pretty low. Or, yeah, let's just do that. So I'll upgrade the other side mid-wave here. Well, assuming I get enough mana too, that is. Alright, 884. I need 400 mana. Getting that during the wave is going to be a challenge. Crap, and I forgot to switch again. Jeez. That's what I'm talking about, Grandpa. They should be blaming on me. I agree. Blame Omni. You guys have no idea the crap I went through when they announced that it wasn't going to be on PS4 and Xbox at launch. I mean, I got death threats over that. I did. The guy who has nothing to do with those decisions. That has nothing to do with any decisions. I've got no power at Chromatic, but people assume, you know. It will be. There will. Right now, it's a very, very limited beta. There's not much in it. It's still fun, but there's, it's a real small peek at the game. $1,041. Need 200 more. Ooh, there's a green arrow. Not that that necessarily means anything, but something shiny to look at. Ah, no mana sitting there. It's got to be up here now, right? There we go. Alright, so let's at least get one of them upped. And of course, the faster I'm killing these mobs, the slower the strength drain will get burned down. So that should help that situation over there a little bit. Well, I mean, the basic answer to that is more defense health, their mo power. Healthier walls will live through that stuff. Or actively. I mean, you can tank out. You could probably tank 10 kobolds on a Squire without taking any damage to anything other than your Squire. Oh man, that stinks, Tammy. Got delivered to the wrong place. Oof. Oh wow, we're getting pushed pretty heavily here. They're burning as long as I keep this stuff buffed. Rats there quick. Very nice. I'm not overjoyed about this build here. I think the other build I was using is way better. Yeah, this HUD is just a placeholder, Trug. It's a work in progress. It was put together just for the beta so that we could have something functional. Oof. Fail jump. Don't want to be down there getting my butt whooped. And, you know, the harpoons are very situational too. Like a long straight lane, harpoons are going to just wreck. You know, but some of the map choices we have here have a lot of little turns and twists in the lane, or there's things on the sides of the lanes that will obstruct the harpoon shot, you know? Well, I mean, it's a straight up 25% stat boost to all stats if you got a matching set there quick. So, yeah, I mean, you want a matching set. Right, let's see here. Eventually, I'm going to want to upgrade those walls too. In fact, I'm tempted to get these two right now. I think I'm going to just do it. Get these walls a little beefier here. I can hit one of the back ones. Looks like this one's taking more damage. Not that that is a big indicator, but get an upgrade there too. Ah, crap. Uh-oh, do I not have enough mana to repair now? I thought I had repaired it already. Oh, that's a crappy piece. How is that an up arrow? It's because I'm on the wrong monk. Let's see if I see any arrows now. Yeah, the arrows all disappeared now. My active monk is a little under-geared. Alright, so I'm going to have to collect mana and then get over and repair that strength drain. Is that enough? That's certainly enough. Get this one too while I'm at it. There used to be, but the website is taken down, Christian, so you can use the wiki. The Dungeon Defenders 2 wiki has all that stuff. Most of the areas of the wiki are pretty out of date, but the shards and where they drop is all there. There is a lot of bad info there, so I wouldn't read too much past that. But it's certainly a good source for shards and where they drop. There's bot commands for all that too, and if you're in my Discord server. It's because I'm using that pet rock there, Roddy. It reduces your movement speed down to below base levels, but it has big builder stats on it. Man, Ogre ain't doing crap to my wall now. Glad I got those upgrades on. Yeah, but the rock pet, I think, I'm not positive on the stat of it, but I believe it reduces you to negative 100 movement speed, which is slower than you start the game at with no gear. But that's where you get all the stats from for your builders. You can use the boost ability on every hero, but the apprentice includes a speed boost, which I'm surprised since they put it on all the heroes that they didn't put it on the apprentice as well. You talking about in my Discord or on the wiki there, Christian? Anyway, the bot in my Discord, you can just go to the bot spam channel and you'll see other commands people were using, but it's like DD exclamation and then the name of the shard you're looking for, and it will show you where it drops. And same thing with mods. All the shards and mods are in there. Cryo put a lot of work into that. And then if you just want to scroll down through a list of all the shards and see where they come from, then the wiki is the place to go. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy with this aura range, though, or that aura placement. I feel like I could have moved all those auras forward and moved the wall up a little bit, like up to the top step. And I think that would have made a big difference on this run. Right now, I wouldn't be able to recover from it. As far as getting the stuff upgraded that much, I'd just lose too much by selling. So I'm not going to bother moving it. If I don't clear it, I don't clear it, you know? Man, not much mana laying around either. A little bit, a little taste in there. I think next wave I might be able to get that other electric aura upgraded all the way. Won't be able to at the end of this wave though. No, just not gonna have enough. Man, so short. Only 100 short. Oof. But I gotta repair. I won't survive leaving it like that. Let me definitely repair this side. And I'll repair this strength drain and then hope that I can get enough mana put together to repair that electric aura before it drops. And then my towers up top really need some love, but I just don't want to spend the mana on repairing them. Alright, Roddy, take it easy, man. Thanks for swinging by. How much is it? It's 25 for each one. Oof. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to upgrade them instead of doing that aura first. That'll give me free repairs on all that, and then I'll just repair this one, as this one's going to be a lot cheaper. Alright, let's do it. Wave 19, actually doing further than I thought I would get after looking at like the first 10 waves. I didn't think it was going to make it this far. The aura placement is bad for sure. And it's kind of weird too. The reason I had moved the walls way back like that is I originally intended on putting flame burst behind the walls. So I've got the walls placed back that far for no real reason. I could move them all the way up to like right here, like in front of the top stair, and then that would let me move the auras up to the very top here, and I'd get coverage of this middle area that's not getting hit right now. Comes to Oga. Not burning very fast, but he's burning anyway. Yeah, they're decent. The stats are just not high enough yet. Using the other walls, the bouncer blockade seems like it's missing a little bit of bounce. Like it's not knocking enemies back like I feel like it should. So I haven't been using the bouncer blockade, and then the slice and dice is just so expensive. It's got a big cool factor to it, you know? It's a super cool tower. But the map, out of the map selection we have, the DU is pretty limited on it, so it takes away the ability to use some of that really expensive stuff. Well, I should be getting a lot more mana now with all these orcs coming out. There's a lot of orcs. Yeah, I definitely think that the build would have went better, though, if the auras were up top here and moved forward. I think overall it would have been a much better build. See, those auras are looking good. Those walls back there are getting beat up a little bit. The lightning tower doesn't feel like it's hitting as hard either. It doesn't feel like the damage per tick is right. It hits way harder in DD1. It's a lot more comparable to the electric aura in damage. But it definitely feels like the lightning tower is just not a very heavy hitter. These mages, man, that's what's giving me a lot of my problem. Nah, it's just RNG, Christian. It's the free-to-play game model is the problem. They make them really, really rare to get the shards you're looking for naturally just by playing. And it requires just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of runs. And that's, you know, is going to encourage a lot of people to just buy them instead of farming them. So you can farm them, but it's going to take you a lot of time. The shard grind in DD2 is the worst grind in the game. There's no doubt. Just remember all those defender medals that you earn while you're farming those shards. You should use those defender medals to just buy the shards with defender medals. And not try to save them. You know, I mean, it depends on your goal, I guess. Like, if your goal is progression, then using your defender medals to buy the shards is the way to go. If your goal is just 100% enjoyment and having fun, then by all means, save them up for an extra hero, you know? Wave 20. Now this shit should really be hitting the fan here on wave 20. For lack of better words. I'm going to get my mana back up before I start my ability mana. I really want to get that electric aura upgraded. If I survive this wave, I need to have that upgraded for the next wave. No, I'm using a special pet that has big stats on it, but reduces your run speed, Marcel. So that's slower than base movement speed, is what I'm moving. But like I said, going with the stats over the speed makes it kind of bland gameplay. But it's the rock, if you remember DD1. It's the pet from DD1, the pet rock. Can have blown out stats, yet reduces your movement speed to below base. Basically, I gotta wait out the ogres. As long as I survive till the ogres, then I can go over and do repairs and stuff. Grab some of this mana, though. Ugh, wrecked. Luckily, that mage was inside of the lightning aura. Come on! Survive the ogre. Well, I mean, it would have to be DD1 or DD2. I really enjoy both games. I would have a hard time saying one is better than the other. They're both just really awesome games. There's things I like more in DD1, and there's things I like more in DD2, you know? The new one feels more like DD1 than DD2. I'm not going to repair that wall. I'm just going to let it go. It's not going to drop, I don't think. Oh, come on. Only 50 more. Give me the mana. And there's one more ogre. Didn't see him. I would guess so, Marcel. It's a normal retail game. So, I mean, I'm sure that there will be free DLC, but it's just like any other game you'd buy, that you buy at full price, that has no microtransactions in it. Ooh, Dark Elf's getting real. Wow. Let me try to get up top again, stay away from him. Wow, man, those guys were hitting hard. Alright, well, I can upgrade this aura finally, but I think I'm going to wait to the end of the wave to save myself some repair time. Ooh, look at that wall getting chewed on, though. Holy crapola. Yeah, I mean, if you're just wanting to have fun and you don't care about progression or how far you've made it into the game, then definitely, you know, new heroes are a lot of fun. Wow, I'm not going to be able to survive it. I thought I was going to be able to survive through without repairing these walls, but they going to get wrecked. DD2 is a free-to-play game, Marcel. You can't compare a free-to-play game to a non-free-to-play game. There will be things that are farmable in the game, but it's not going to be things that you would normally have to pay for or have an option to pay for in a free-to-play game. If it's something in a free-to-play game that you can grind or you can buy it with real money, then in a retail game, that's going to come during a DLC. And in most cases, those are going to be paid. But, I mean, I can tell you for one, me personally, I could buy every collector's edition that they ever put out and every DLC that they ever put out, and it will be nowhere near the amount of money I've spent in DD2. Like, not even a fraction. Free-to-play games are just straight up evil corporate greed. There is nothing free about it. I really, really have a strong opinion about free-to-play games. With the exception of like Warframe, I've never seen a single free-to-play game that had a business model that didn't 100% revolve around corporate greed. Every single one of them. Warframe, I think, has probably the best free-to-play business model of any game. Any free-to-play game I've ever seen. But that is a rarity. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Crap. It's a Skelly. Oh, and he just despawned. How weird. Some other people have talked about that, and it's because of the mages from the side lanes. What's happening is a mage comes out and spawns the skeletons. And they're spawning up here instead of down there. And then they just walk right over to the core. I'm going to have to watch for that now. That's all placeholder stuff there, FTV. Everything on the screen that you're looking at as far as HUD goes is all placeholder stuff that was quickly thrown together to give us a functional HUD for the beta. They said that right up front before the beta even started. So don't judge the game off of that. Well, we all know about spiders. Spiders will get up on ya. That's just gonna happen. Oh, crap, I shouldn't. Oh, I didn't repair it. Good. Get the final up in here. Oh, wow, did I lose my strength drain? Oh my god, I lost my strength drain over here. It's GG now. I can't survive it without a strength drain. That's why that wall got tore up so bad. I didn't even notice I lost it. There's no way that strength drain is going to hold out. There hasn't been many changes to Dungeon Defenders 2 over the last several years, Christian. The basic rule for my channel in DD2 content is stick to the guides and tutorials playlist. Basically, stick to the playlists. So if you go to my channel and scroll down, you're going to see a bunch of playlists listed there. Stick to those. Because anytime something is outdated, I take that out. But, I mean, as a general rule, I've made new videos for DD2 every time changes have come to the game. But there hasn't been any real changes to the game in well over a year now. So certainly anything you see over the last year is still viable. Before that, you just need to stick to the playlists. The Builds That Work playlist, the Guides and Tutorials playlist, and the Hero Spotlights playlist. If something becomes straight up outdated, I remove those videos from the playlist. So they won't be there. But, I mean, that's the downside of covering one video game for so many years like I've done, is you end up getting a lot of outdated content. Spell TV Killer, thank you so much. Appreciate the sub. And you have some free stuff in DD2? I don't have a free stuff generator, Cyber. Sorry, man. And Chromatic has not given out any giveaway codes to any live streamers for DD2 in quite a long time. So I have nothing to give you. Alright. I'm really worried about that strength drain now. I'm going to try to stay up here the whole time. And just jump down if I need to repair. I know I'm going to have to repair that strength drain though. 2,400 mobs. Look how fast it's burning. Wow. Barely into the wave. Yep, it's in my Guides and Tutorials playlist, Christian. Pretty much every single thing that you could ever have a question about the game is in that Guides and Tutorials playlist. I mean, I've literally made, it's like 2,800 or 2,900 Dungeon Defenders 2 videos. So, I mean, every single thing about the game is that you would have a question with is in that playlist. But the TLDW is Destruction, Defense Rate, and Deadly Strikes. Chaos 1, Chaos 3, and Chaos 4. Those are the most important shards of the game, and you can play through the entire game with just those shards. I'll be holding up over there. Only 400 mobs in, and it's almost at 25% down. Yoch. As soon as these ogres are gone, I'll run down there. How are they holding up? So far, so good. Just need this guy to die. They're healthy. They are healthy. One down. Good lord, man. Die already. Dude is thick. And is there one more? Doesn't look like it. I thought there was one more. It must have died already. Damn, Dark Elf Warriors, man, they are the real deal. Oof, man. How we holding up? So far, so good over there. What's going on, High Techs? How you doing? How is things? See, this is where the real challenge comes in. You get to these high survival waves, and it is like an entirely different game than what you got at wave 1. I mean, these guys are like, no forgiveness. Well, enjoy there, Christian. Good luck on your farming. I'm enjoying it. I wish there was more to it, but I am enjoying it. High techs. Oh, nice, Josh. New PC is always fun. I'm due for some upgrades, but just can't afford it. Stuff is so dang expensive, you know? There's some 2060 deals going today for Black Friday that, man, so tempted to just go in debt for, but, you know, who wants to be in debt for PC parts that might burn out? Well, the beta runs for like another week or so, high techs. And then after that, we'll have to wait for it to release, which will be February-ish 2020. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They broke through the wall. God dang it. Yeah, it looks like 21 might be the limit of this one. Man, can I get this one repaired in time? Looks like that's good enough. What else did I lose? Oh, I lost the strength drain is why. God, man, I was even telling myself to watch the strength drain. Lose the strength drain, they just hit the walls way too hard. Yeah, now that I'm piecing it together, there's just no way I'm going to survive. Till the end, anyway. See if I can get one more wave out of it. I mean, I think this would have worked if I would have moved these auras up. If I would have moved these auras up, I wouldn't have had to spend so much mana on repairs. And I could have spent that on upgrades instead. 600. Oof. Alright, well the strength drain's gotta be there. And then I need to get my wall Squire back in here. Is gonna be really sketchy. Alright, I've gotta watch that aura. I cannot let that strength drain go down. I don't really have anything left to do in DD2 other than just kind of screw around. There's nothing else left for me. I've got all the stuff and things that I could possibly want. I've pushed Onslaught as far as I care to. I'll probably end up doing a few more Onslaught floors on videos just to get to floor 500. But I don't really have anything else left to do. I still have that Deathwing polearm to farm, but I kind of gave up hope on that because I was having such terrible luck. Alright, well, so much for getting these flame bursts upgraded too. Crap, I should have let my mana come back up first. That was a mistake. Can't throw a tower boost yet. Onslaught is a miserable, not rewarding grind, high techs. So unless you're like the type of person that just wants to grind up a number on a screen and never get better loot, it's just there's nothing there, you know? I'm not worried about the electric aura as much. I wanted to save the mana. I mean, if I need to repair the electric aura, I'll throw a repair in at the end, but... In fact, let me get a starter repair on that strength drain now. Just in hopes that that thing survives. Yeah, but Onslaught... The problem I have with Onslaught is you get the same gear at floor 500 as you get at floor 35. So it becomes nothing but a repetitive grind after that. You literally get no benefit other than just grinding a number on a screen. And that's just not... It's not motivating for me to play games. I need the shinies. You know, that's what makes me play games, is bettering my character. You know, I love getting better loot. And when that stops is generally when I start to get a little bit bored with the available content. And sadly, that's all we've got in DD2 for Onslaught. You just have to be motivated by that grind the number on the screen thing. And that's just not for me. I mean, once you get past, like, floor 38, you're just... Well, once you get past floor 83, 100% for sure, there is literally nothing new you're going to see at any higher floors in Onslaught. And all you're getting out of it is grind the number on the screen. You know? The only change at all from floor 83 to floor 883 is the mobs have more health and hit harder. That's literally the only change. No new mobs, no new mutators, no new loot, no new nothing. So, I mean, that just... Like I said, it's just, for me, it's not fun. You know? If I got to 500, I would be way past where I ever intended to get to. Alright, how's the strength drain? Now, don't go to the core, Dark Elves. Don't go to the core, please. Wow, man. This is getting rough, rough, rough. There's no way this is going to hold. Now I think it would be more beneficial to put the flame burst in the back where I originally intended on putting them. This one I'm not worried about. This one will survive. It's the side ones that get hit really hard at the end of the waves that have me concerned. That, and I want to have 400 mana when it's over, so I can get another upgrade on that other one if I survive this wave. So that strength drain I'm just going to let keep ticking away. How we doing? This wall's getting hit. Man, that wall's getting tore up. Just go ahead and upgrade it. Might as well hit a repair on that while I'm here. That'll get me through the end of the wave anyway. I think it will. I'm not going to have 400 now, though, unfortunately. I might. There's a bunch laying around. They're just really bunching up on that wall over there. The DU is really good on the map. I think that I probably could have went with apprentice walls here on these two. And I think that would have gave me, well, that would have given me 4 extra DU. I could have put a trap right in the middle. Right here. Would have helped out quite a bit. Another thing that would have been really, really beneficial is if I could have gotten an enrage aura over on this side. If I could have gotten an enrage on the sides, then they wouldn't be bunching up on the walls like this for sure. There's no way I'll get 400, right? No, not even close. Alright, wave 23. The good news is I will get a ton of mana, so as long as I can survive through the waves. Well, you don't farm Onslaught at all, High-Techs. It's not a farmable thing. There's nothing there to farm. So if you want to do any farming, you'd want to do it in expeditions or those prime incursions. But the gold, the XP, there's more loot. Everything is better in expeditions than it is in Onslaught. There's literally 0 to farm there other than the Onslaught specific mobs or mods. And those aren't really farmable because it's just completely random. I mean, you could do 1,000,000 Onslaught runs and never get one of the mods, you know? It's just full on RNG. But XP, gold, defender medals, just go to expeditions for all that. Yeah, I don't really count cosmetics. I mean, there's no benefit to using any of the cosmetics. So, sure, you can farm cosmetics. But they'll have no effect on whether you win or lose a match. Sadly. Just because you put a ninja costume on a monk, it doesn't make him a ninja, you know? Well, I mean, looking good. Looking good has flavor points, but the problem there is it's still RNG, in heavy RNG. And there's nothing more frustrating, I don't think, in that entire game than opening a mythical defender pack and getting a crappy green pet or a crappy reagent for a pet out of it that you just have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of in your inventory. That's like, really? A mythical defender pack? The best they get, and this is what I get out of it? That just drives me nuts every damn time. I mean, I couldn't imagine spending a bunch of money on defender packs and cracking open mythical defender packs and getting those pet skill rerolls. It's like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. You know? What's going on there, Theoden? How you doing? Come on, Ogas, die already. Oh, that's why I've given up. I don't have every cosmetic. I've got a bunch of them, but I don't have all of them. But right now, every time I open a defender pack, literally like more than 99.9% of the time, it's always going to be gold. Because I'm only missing a couple of things. Shoot, man. Was that it for me? No, not yet. Let's get a repair on this wall real quick. And the strength drain. Dark Elf smacking me in the face. Run, run, run! How we holding up? These walls getting brutalized now. I mean, they're both great games. Don't let me discourage anyone from playing either of the games. I mean, you got to realize these are complaints coming from somebody that's got 10,000 hours into the game. You know, there's a lot of play value you can get completely for free for playing Dungeon Defenders 2. It's just when you get, if you like the game enough that you're going to grind through it to that high end, the grind becomes extremely frustrating. That's one of the things that I really, really like about the loot system in DD1 is you do this particular challenge or this particular map, you're going to get this particular item. 100%, it's going to be there, you're going to get it. Now, whether or not it's a high quality is another story. That's where the RNG is on the quality level. So you do the map over and over and over again to get a better version of that item that you're looking for. But as far as getting the item itself, you go to the right place and you do the right thing, and that item is going to be there, you know? I love that about DD1. My friends list is full high text, but you should still add me. Because I'm going to go through it soon and clear out people I haven't played with in a long time. And that will free up a bunch of spots. Oh, there's no doubt about that. FTV, there's no comparison at all to that. Getting that perfect rolled ultimate plus. Like for me right now, the pie in the sky item that I'm farming for is ultimate plus builder dice from King's Game. If I got ultimate plus of that with good rolls on it, there's going to be no better feeling than that, you know? What's going on, Nomera? How you doing? Surprisingly, it looks like I'm actually going to finish that wave. Strength drain's getting hammered over here, huh? Better sprint. Wow, I didn't think I was going to make it through that one. Let's see, can I come up with 23 more mana to upgrade the other blockade? Does not look like it. Nope. Dang it. Mid-wave. It doesn't. Scalar, I'm not really sure what you're referring to, but the maps themselves look gorgeous. That's a hot item. We'll take that bad boy. I mean, comparing these graphics to DD1 graphics, if you like DD1's graphics better, it's because you like the art style better. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the graphics. The quality of graphics in this game is like light years above DD1. But if you like the DD1 art style better, then that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, the heroes look weird. It's what I assumed you would go to. I don't like the character models either. It's in comparison to DD2's. But you shouldn't blanket judge the entire game's graphics because you don't like the art style that was chosen with the heroes. That's not very fair, really. I mean, the maps look amazing. Like, I'm not going to deny the character models. I don't like them either. You know, what more can be said? But everything else looks great as far as the appearance goes. The towers look good. The amount of lighting and effects that can be used on the map are absurd. Well, I mean, all those shaders and stuff will get changed dozens of times over before launch. High techs. That'll make a big difference. I mean, that's the thing too, though. Is I mean, how many people here have got 1,000 hours into Minecraft? How do those character models look? You see what I'm saying? If you let... Although I agree, I think the character models in DD2 look better. Having that ruin the game for me is just not even realistic. I mean, it's about the gameplay. For me, not the graphics. I mean, I want the graphics to be there. Don't get me wrong. But that's not going to ruin the game for me. I've got 1,000 hours into Minecraft, Numera. I'm one of those people as well. I wasn't saying that in a negative term. Minecraft has got terrible graphics with a great systems and mechanics in the game. You know, and the gameplay wins over the graphics. What's going on there, Redacted? How you doing? Willing to buy more mana. There's a green arrow over there on the map. Here comes the fatty ogres. And I don't have any wall repairs ready to go. At least I got boosts. That's the only way I can play Minecraft now is modded. It's just such a big difference between modded and unmodded. Minecraft is like a wonderful example of how modding can not only improve the game, but extend the life of the game many, many times over. They just did it so good, you know? Thanks, High Text. Well, thanks for swinging by, man. Get a repair on this bad boy. Maybe. Shit, I'm gonna get Dark Elf Warriored in the face a million times over. Shit. Can't get a repair off on that wall. Is not good. Uh-oh, this may be the end. Let's see. Well, I got lucky that ogre dropped right at the end of it. The first one did, anyway. That one dropped too. Let's see if I can get a boost going up top. Get these ogres burned quicker. That back wall is getting pretty thin too. Dang, man. I should have waited. There's no mobs. DD1's got a lot of really, really cool weapons. Might as well hit this one here too. Alright, now I'll get back to ogre duty. Oof, fail jump. Oh, not enough resources. Oh man, I left my buff up that whole time. Strength drain's getting low. Got a little ways to go yet, though. These guys are healthy, man. They are some thick boys here. What's going on there, Prot Hero? How you doing? How we doing here? Wow, I just repaired that too, didn't I? Or was it the other side? Oh, I lost my flame burst up top. That's not good. I don't have enough damage to burn through these guys. Get a tower boost going here. That'll help. Yeah, exclamation Discord in chat. I'll get you a link there, Scalar. Oof, man. Look at the strength drains just draining down. Get chewed up. Well, it looks like surviving that wave. Did I just jinx it? Let's see. Yeah, so far so good. What do we got here? That's some pretty decent plate gloves. That'll be an upgrade for my apprentice, I bet. I'm using plate on the apprentice. Alright, let's see. I got 400. I could upgrade both of these walls. Would be pretty huge, I think. Let's see what else we got laying here. Leather gloves. Oh, wow. The power roll is really low, but the rest of the rolls look great. We'll take that for sure. Same thing there. Getting some nice drops here. Alright, what else do we need to repair? We got 87 left. I could throw it on this wall just to get it topped up. Alright, well I certainly did not think I was going to make it to wave 25. So the build's holding, but it's sketchy. There's no doubt there. If these walls were moved up just a little bit, and these auras were all moved up just a little bit, I think this would be an entirely different run here. Let's see if we got any up arrows on swords laying around anywhere. See if I can get me a better sword here. Doesn't look like it unless there's one over here. No, that's armor too. Alright. Okay, here goes. Wave 25. Everything's upped, right? Yep, I believe so. Man, those dark elves made it to that wall so fast. Holy crap. Grab this mana while it's sitting here. Come on, Mage Pants. Get up in that aura. Get over in there. Oh, he's backing up. God dang it. I'm gonna have to get out of there. Need that mage to die right now. There we go. I wouldn't rate limited beta with 4 games or with 4 maps in it and missing systems on a scale at all. To be honest there, JKY, it's just not, wouldn't be very fair. I mean, if you throw that limiter on it and say, how would you rate a game that has 4 maps and all kinds of missing systems? I mean, I'd give it like a solid 8 probably. Maybe a 9. I mean, the base of the game from what we can see looks good, you know? Oof. How we doing? Yeah, this is turning into wall repair simulator here. It's supposed to look different, isn't it? Faded? It's a different game. It's different yet similar, you know? Alright, 1800 left. Oh, here comes my homie. Come on over here. Oof. Don't hit me, bro. God dang it, man. Look at that fail placement. Dude launched me. Oh, I am in so much trouble here. Oh, yeah, they're on the core. I didn't even see them coming through that backside. Well, wave 25 loss. I mean, it did pretty good, really. It did better than I thought it was going to do. But what can you do? Let's get around the map a little quicker. I'm just going to spam grab all the loot, I think. Sure, there's some upgrades I can put on this guy. But not terrible. Sucks losing in wave 25, but, you know, not terrible. And the green arrows don't want to go away, huh? Nope, no auto-collect yet. I've been doing quite a bit of co-op stuff there, JKY. Basically, this map is the toughest map in the game. And if you can beat it with a build solo, then you can beat it with that build in a 4-player group. So I was just testing that build. Alright. Looks like that's about it. Well, didn't get another giraffe, but I did get some good loot. Let's see what the highest item power item I got was. 965 plate gloves. Of course, the end of that wave could have potentially been even better stuff. I did get some nice pieces there. But that is the highest piece I got. Yeah, see, the problem is there's a mana problem. You just don't get very much mana. So not only did I not get everything upgraded, but once you lose something, when you are not getting enough mana to begin with, it just takes away from the whole thing so much that it's really tough to overcome. I'm surprised, to be honest, that I made it that far after I lost that wall the very first time. But I think if these R stacks were moved up, let me see, let me grab an apprentice here, or a squire here. I've got one. Doesn't have to be the correct squire. So say we move these walls up to like this, like right here. Well, then could put the aura where? Where would I have to put the aura to still get coverage? Wow, I could put it all the way up there. It's not great coverage there, though. I think right on top is the place. I could put the aura stacks up here, like maybe right there. And it's terrible coverage from the side. I think I just need more range to do that build. It gets great coverage up front here, and this would answer... This is where I had the problem with all the mages, was right here. Now, if I had the aura stacks there, it would cover those mages. But it leaves a little vacancy over here on this side. But, I mean, these guys already have to run through one aura. So ideally, they're pretty squishy by the time they make it over here. I think that would be the way to go. But to be honest with you, I think the original build that Cookie Binger, and Gobu were using, I just think that's probably the best build. I mean, well, not necessarily the best build, but it's definitely a very functional build. It's all the same benefits once you go 4/4 there, Chilla. It's just like DD1. The type of armor you use doesn't matter, but you want them all to match. I only had one skeleton the whole time, random. There was one that spawned over here, but that's from these side lanes. As soon as the mages get healthy enough to push out where they're doing their little skeleton summons out here, there's a strong chance the skeleton will spawn here. And of course the skeleton spawns here, it just walks right over to your core. But anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for today. I just wanted to test out that new map, play around a little bit. 761k XP, I'll take it. Lost out on quite a bit by not being able to finish that, but, you know, could have been worse. But anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. I'm going to do some local recording tonight. So there will be high definition edited video coming tomorrow. So you guys don't always have to look at these, my wonky connection speed. But anyway, that is going to get it for me for today, though. So thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. Hopefully everyone that celebrates it is having a good holiday weekend here in the U.S. And I will see you all next time around. Take it easy.